My name is Alison Downey of Downey Interiors. We are based on the Upper East Side of Manhattan on Madison Avenue. I grew up on Long Island's North Shore, in the area known as the Gold Coast, kind of Gatsby area, Glen Cove, Laddingtown, Center Island, where at one time, like where our offices are here on Madison Avenue was home to many of the Gilded Age estates that were, many were imported from Europe or obviously influenced by European architecture. Designers were, shipped in, not flown in, artists, etc. And my father was in the antiques business. He also was just somebody, he was always interested in real estate, and we would go to a lot of estate sales. So I had the opportunity to visit a lot of those homes, back in the, early 90s, when a lot of them were still standing and a lot of them were just being either sold off or, the family had to split the land or something like that. So it was a really, it was just a unique experience and exposure to incredible architecture, design, and just craftsmanship and decoration that you often don't see today because people don't want to spend the money on that. So it was very influential for me, and it definitely solidified what direction I wanted to go in. We are referral based. Almost all of our projects have been referral based. They are typically much larger in scale. So we always design from the inside out. We either are doing a renovation or we're doing a ground up construction. And we are either collaborating with the architect and the landscape designer, or the architect just did a set of kind of basic plans and then we come in and we refine them. We do everything from, changing the layout to designing custom stairs and selecting all the exterior materials. That is, I think, what we're becoming known for. And I have kind of a minimum investment level that I've come to realize is more suited for us. We are a small team. We have to produce an incredible amount of technical drawings, renderings, put incredible amount of design thought into each project. So it's very boutique, it's very bespoke, and we take 4 to 5 large scale projects on, I would say, a year. We are based in New York City, but we can't seem to get out of the Hamptons. We have a few projects. We're actually doing 2 building lobbies in New York City right now, and all of our other work is in the Hamptons and Florida. So it'd be nice to be closer to the office, but I think because of the architectural, kind of the exterior planning that we do, we're known for, freestanding homes that tend to be, the Hamptons really lends itself to the work we do. When I was with RH, I had a very interesting tenure and experience there. I started out as one of the first designers they hired. It was right when they had rebranded the entire business. So they took it from mall stores that sold some furniture and a lot of lamps and tchotchkes around Christmas time and towels. And they stripped all that away and they made it, mostly European furnishings in more of a gallery setting. And I was hired right around that time because when they were doing that, people were walking into their, what they used to call stores are now galleries, with blueprints and saying, I just want to do my whole house. So that's how it began in New York City. I ended up moving to San Francisco. The corporate offices are in Corte Madera, California. I moved there for 2 years after having been on planes constantly, traveling out there or traveling to the new store openings. I worked alongside Gary Friedman and the creative team and the leadership team. And I think anyone you speak to who has worked with them, it is an experience like no other. They are, it's extremely ambitious. It's extremely visionary. It's extremely fast. one of their values is speed kills the competition. And, we don't take no for an answer, and they couldn't be more true to those values. So you just learn to kind of listen to the vision and not only think about how to execute it, but how to go even further. And I was able to implement the design atelier concept, because when I was started as a designer, they had nowhere for the designers to work. They didn't really know how designers worked. So we created studios in the stores and the design ateliers you now see on the floors, so people could see the swatches. And it's definitely influenced my me as an entrepreneur and a business owner. And I would say our team is similar. We're small, but we have a lot of work under our belts, considering that we're still kind of a young firm, and our projects are pretty big, and they involve full-scale construction. So I really just learned endurance, and not only are we going to do it and we're going to do it better, we're going to beat our, whatever we did last time, but we're also going to finish it on time. And all those traits certainly came from RH. To my right is a chinoiserie chair, Chippendale style. That's an antique piece that I purchased and I really love. I love Biedermeier. I love, kind of Beaux Art style, French, of course, the Louis periods. It all deco. Really, it's I have an appreciation for most. I would say my least favorite is mid-century. It just doesn't do it for me. So probably things that are a little bit more decorative. I always tell my employees when they're sourcing, show me anything, don't show me mid-century. I like to really honor architecture, right? And especially like a Frank Lloyd Wright, property, right? That would call for more of that period, then I would absolutely do it and embrace it. And I think when it's done, there's obviously different ways to do it. I think it can be absolutely beautiful. It's just not what I'm drawn to, I think, because it's a bit more austere, and even the wood tones, kind of more cherries, and the color palette just doesn't really speak to me as much, but I would certainly be open to the challenge. I just watched on Netflix Ripley, and I'm not big into fictional TV. It takes a lot for me to really get into something that's fictional, and I was so taken by that series because it shows, all the stunning, gorgeous Italian interiors, staircases carved out of marble, things that you just do not see today. Such a level of detail, and what you realize is how much time that took. And that is one thing that really is very scarce today. People are not willing to give projects a lot of time. So I would love to be involved in a project where we really had time and we had the resources, we had the budget to, create an interior masterpiece like you may have seen in 19th century Italy and earlier. But dream project would be, and I've done one before, but I would love another New York City townhouse with a client who understands how important the architecture is and how important it is for the inside and the outside to relate, and also has the budget and is willing to invest in every surface and create a real vision. I love the idea of working in older spaces and honoring them, but also bringing new life into them. I have a 21-month-old. That might be a surprise to some, given how much we work. That's certainly been a learning curve, balancing that, not feeling guilty. I really tried not to travel while he was young. So the trips I just recently took to Miami and to Palm Beach, were new for me. And like I mentioned before that, I was traveling constantly for RH. But another thing would be, I love design and it's constant, I'm always looking at things and thinking about things, but I actually really love, like, my downtime is spent, I love reading about history, business, politics. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of fiction. I watch a lot of documentaries. I'm very kind of voracious consumer of knowledge, just interesting things.